everyone. I'm so happy to interview Ted today. He's the president of San Diego Go Club. Hi.
Hi.
Could you please talk about your educational background?
Oh, I grew up in Chicago and went to the University of Chicago, where I got my bachelor's degree in mathematics and my master's degree in geophysical sciences. Then I went off to Princeton for 20 years and worked there, and got a computer science degree from Rutgers University, which is the state university of New Jersey.
Oh, great.
So I spent a lot of time at school.
Yeah. Could you please talk about your career path?
Oh, I was a meteorologist doing numerical weather prediction for 10 years.
Wow.
So I know the guys who are doing the predicting of the hurricane that's going to hit Texas tonight, because they developed the models over the years. And then I switched into fusion research as a computer person, and I spent 35 years doing that.
Wow.
Basically analyzing the data from the fusion reactors back in Princeton, and we've been meeting in a coffee house in North Park for the last, at least 25 years, every Tuesday night now from 7 o'clock until 11 o'clock when they throw us out. And we have anywhere from 8 to 15 players showing up every week. Some very good players, sometimes visitors from Japan and China who are almost professionals, and down to beginners. We're always willing to give lessons to new people who wander by, and that's why we meet in a public place, so we can find new people.
So how about the event in August?
The club sponsored the 2017 USGOA Congress. The American Go Association meets once a year for a week. It's some city in the U.S. Last year it was in Boston, and before that was Minnesota and New York City. So this year we hosted the Congress for a week, and every morning for 3 hours there's a match in the US Open. So there's 6 rounds of that. And then in the afternoons and evenings, we have professional players that we bring in from China and Japan and Korea, and a few from the US to lecture and to play simultaneous exhibitions and other minor tournaments. So it's really a week of intensive Go.
So how many people participated?
This year we had 500 attendees, more than 100 from China, which I felt was remarkable. There were Go schools outside of Beijing that sent 15 or 20 students, and their parents came along to watch and cheer, which was a very nice cultural thing for us. So out of those 500, we had about almost 400 playing in the competition. Others were there just to meet old friends and to go to the lectures, but not to compete.
So could you please talk about more about the competition?
The competition was very intense. We had, there's the US Open, which is open to anyone who wants to enter. So we had a couple of pros come over from China and play in that. And then for the top 15 boards, about 30 players, we have them isolated off in a very quiet room so they can concentrate. And there we had a couple more professionals playing, but they played 9 rounds, so they played several evenings as they went along.
So do you have like age difference group?
Well, we have a youth room for the afternoons, but in the US Open, when I didn't play this time because I was too busy organizing. I have to go back and look at the videotapes to see what actually happened at the Congress. But last year I played 10-year-olds, and so they're all mixed together.
So they don't have age limitation?
No. You can be 5. I think we might have even had some 5-year-olds playing this year, and they're matched against people of similar rank. So after you play a couple of games, you have a rating, and so you know who you can play against evenly and not play against evenly. So I would not play against a pro because I am way down the pecking order on that.
So who won the champion?
Oh, that is a good question.
Say this is a competition, so
Yes, it is a competition,
Yeah.
but I was so busy I didn't even make it to the games. I was off doing the organizing and fixing the problems and everything else. Maybe you know who won.
It was a Chinese pro.
A Chinese pro came and won.
Okay.
Was it Bao?
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, we were literally so busy solving problems and making sure that all the equipment was set up for the interviews and everything else. And so these things happened around us, and we just had to make sure that everyone was happy.
So how about next year? Do you want to organize this event again?
Next year, they've already selected William and Mary College in Virginia to host it. It's such an intensive, like for the last month before the Congress, I was registering people from China, making sure that they had rooms and making sure that they all got into the computer. That was like a full-time job for the organizers.
I heard about like some of the scientists that want the people play with the machine, so intellectual.
Yes.
So they talk about this a bit about
Alphago was the name of the computer program developed by a few thousand Google programmers over in Cambridge, England, and they competed against in a many-game match with the Korean, and that was last spring of the 2016, and the computer won 4 out of 5 against Lee Sedol. And then this year they played the best Chinese player, and the computer just won significantly. And after that, then they retired the computer program, so it won't play anymore.
Yeah, I think it's better to play with people because there are some interactions between people and communications. That'd be more interesting.
Well, it was a artificial intelligence breakthrough, because computers had never beaten a professional player until 2 years ago. And they beat the world's best chess player 20 years ago. So that's how much harder Go was than chess for them to solve. But now they moved on to other problems with artificial intelligence.
Great. So if you want to join the San Diego Go Club, please contact Ted. Thank you.